Is talent innate? Before I begin to discuss this question, I feel I should look at what this term actually means. Innate talent was defined by Howe in 1998 through 5 different properties. Number 1. It originates in genetically transmitted structures and hence is at least partly innate. Number 2. Its full effects will not be evident at an early stage, however there will be indications that would allow a trained person to identify the presence of talent. Number 3. These early indications can provide a basis for predicting who is likely to excel in the future. Number 4. Only a minority are talented. And number 5. Talents are domain specific. As well as this, it has been said that a strong genetic basis underlies all the variables associated with giftedness, which came from Einstein and Barrett in 1993. And in the same year, Detterman stated that innate ability is what you are talking about when you talk about talent. This is a view that is shared by many and is encapsulated perfectly by a story from a Belgian football club, which links perfectly back to point number 2 in Howe's theory. Back in 2013, Belgian side FC Racing Boksburg signed a 20-month-old toddler to a professional contract due to his early signs of talent when kicking a ball with his father, as the club's coaches stated that his ball control was incredible for somebody of his age. Another piece of research that supports the innate side of the argument comes from Within Howe's piece from 1998. This piece of research states that young children excel without special encouragement, and that some children are born with special capacities that facilitate the acquisition of particular abilities. The report then went on to say that there proves to be little evidence of early accomplishments that could not be explained by other known determinants of early progress. One final point on talent being innate, which also references property number 5 from Howe, comes from an informal British survey, which found that more than 3/4 of music educators who decide which young people are to receive instruction believe that children cannot do well unless they have special innate gifts. However, despite this strong belief in talent being innate, there is lots of evidence and opinion that suggests talent is a more developed feature of a person, rather than something we are simply born with. Gagner's differentiated model of giftedness and talent from 1999 is a good place to start when looking at talent being developed. This is because he made the distinction between raw talent at one end of a continuum and the end product of development at the other. He defines raw talent as the following: the possession and use of untrained and spontaneously expressed natural abilities, called aptitudes or gifts, in at least one ability domain, to a degree that places a child at least amongst the top 10% of his or her age peers, while stating that the end product of development is the superior mastery of systematically developed abilities, called competencies or talent, and the knowledge in at least one field of human activity to a degree that places that child's achievements within at least the upper 10% of age peers who are actively in that field or other fields. As well as this model, there have been pieces of research done which further support talent being developed and not innate. The first piece of evidence comes from Sosniak, who interviewed at length 21 outstanding American pianists in their mid-30s who were on the brink of careers as concert pianists, as well as talking to their parents. There were few indications of the musicians displaying signs of future excellence while they were still very young, and in most cases, unusually fast progress followed rather than preceded a combination of good opportunities and vigorous encouragement. As well as this study, a study from Sloboda et al. In 1996 provided retrospective data on practice with diary-based information. They confirmed the strong positive correlation between practice and achievement. Achieving the highest level of the British Associate Board examinations in performing music required an average of approximately 3,300 hours of practice, irrespective to the ability group to which the young people in the study were assigned. This suggests that practice is a direct cause of achievement level rather than just an innate ability. However, with this evidence and research does come arguments which counteract the findings of both Sosniak and Sloboda. For example, when looking at the findings they provide, it could be said that most of the findings take the form of data showing that the more a person trains and practices, the higher that individual's level of performance will be. Therefore, these correlations could merely indicate that the individuals who are successful and committed to a field of expertise are likely to spend more time practicing than those who are less successful. To summarise this debate, when looking at both sets of evidence, it is possible to agree that talent is both something possessed innately within us, as well as a property that can be developed through hard work and specific training. As although top athletes may have been born with certain gifts which gave them an advantage early on, they would never have reached the levels of greatness they have in their careers without hard work and sacrifice.